What's up, fam? Hope you're doing fantastic out there. Today we are taking a look at a pair of budget bangers from the sister company to Miguron. This is Ameight knives. So Ameight knives typically have a slightly more budget knife appearance, but as far as price tag, but are typically in the same category as far as, you know, build quality and everything as Miguron. So that kind of, surprises me of the pricing difference sometimes, especially with their premium stuff. Now the budget stuff is all really in the same price tag or price point as the Miguron stuff. So it's where I'm going to say it's more of a sister company than it is more of a budget company, because the only time you're really going to notice a massive price difference between the knives is if you're looking at their premium offerings. So we're taking a look at the Klysta and the Gladiator here today. We're going to start with the Klysta, as it is the smaller knife, and then we will move on into the Gladiator. So the Klysta, you are looking at a 3.23 inch blade, 7.56 inches overall, and 4 ounces. So it does have a bit of weight to it, steel liners and whatnot, but it is looking at 14C28N on both of these, and both of them are right around the $50 price point. This one is $48. We have thumb studs and a front flipper on this knife. It does have a tendency to have a bit of a squeaky lock bar. So every once in a while, the lock bar will kind of have a to it whenever you unlock it. But no real issue there. Feels like we are on ceramic bearings, if I had to guess. Yeah, it feels like ceramic bearings. I don't hear or feel any of that steel-to-steel contact that we typically see from steel bearings. Really nicely done front flipper. It works very well. I do not care for the thumb studs. The thumb studs are honestly slick, and they're not really my jam. Miguron uses these thumb studs almost exclusively, and I'm seeing them on several other knives, so including some of their premium knives. We'll see that here on another video, but you'll see both of these knives use the same thumb studs as well. So I just wish they would change those up, give them a little bit of jimping or something there, a little bit of a crowning or something, just to give it a little more texture. But outside of that, I have no real issues with the knife in general. Really nice titanium pocket clip. This is the same pocket clip we saw on the Kermu. Well, if you haven't saw that video, or if it hasn't gone live yet, just keep an eye out for that. Really nice pocket clip there. It works very, very, very well. So let's go ahead and jump into the close-ups on the knife here. So you can see we have a standard pivot here, really nicely chamfered and contoured G10, non-reversible, no spot for lanyards, very small backspacer there, open pillar pretty much the rest of the way. Titanium pocket clip, again for $48, you're getting a titanium pocket clip in 14C28N. It's kind of hard to complain about that. Again, there's those really, quite honestly, really horrible thumb studs. I do wish they had, like I said, I wish they had a little bit of grip around them or something, some sort of crowning or something, just to give them a little bit of grip. Really nice jimping here on the front flipper. Front flipper works great. No issues really there. Knife is perfectly centered. And our lockup is spot on. Here we have that drop point blade here with a little bit of a swedge. A hand satin flat and machine satin here on the grind. Ameight logo there. No other branding on the knife. Sharpening itself looks to be pretty good. Yeah, it looks like we might have a little bit of an off grind there on the tip. Yeah, tip's a little bit off ground. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pick that up with the camera. There we go. Yeah, so you can see that off grind there on the tip. Plunge grind is late, but it's because of a finger choil there, so it will be forgiven. But it does end enough to give you some sharpening room there, so not too terribly bad. Yeah, pretty fun little knife. I don't have any real complaints other than the thumb studs. With that said, they do still work. It's just I find myself slipping off of them like I did there. And with this knife, I would just use the front flipper. Honestly, if this thing was a front flipper only, I think it would be a even better knife. Like I said, the thumb studs just leave so much to be desired. It's just kind of, I don't know, kind of not really my jam, to be honest with you. So ergonomics on the knife, it is really nice. It's actually very well done. Again, it's contoured G10. The G10's that kind of that slick, You know, smooth, I guess you can call it G10. It's not huge textured or anything like that. It does, once you press into it, give you some texture, as you can hear there. But, you know, that same stuff. And then the pocket clip, because of how well rounded it is, disappears in the hand. Choke up spot is really nice. You know, no real jimping to speak of here on the blade. So you just kind of, you know, it's just a nice, smooth, rounded knife. Lock bar access is great. Slightly slightly chamfered lock bar there. Nice light steel lock bar, no issues with that. Like I said, you just get a little bit of squeak every now and again, but no issues at all. Let's go ahead and move on to the Gladiator. All right, so here we have the Gladiator. It's a bigger boy here, nice, more of a broad knife. You got more access to those thumb studs. Same thumb studs, but you do have better access to them, so they work slightly better. I don't mind them as much here on the Gladiator. You have micarta instead of G10. Really nice, grippy micarta. I do know that the Gladiators are manufactured through TIA. At least I know the premium versions are. I can only assume that the budget versions are as well. I could be wrong on that. If I am, so sue me. But again, so the specs on this, you got 3.75 inches on your blade, and then 8.37 overall length, 4.8 ounces. So again, not a really bad weight when you consider the steel lock bars or steel frame and everything, steel liners. Not really too shabby, and a pretty good size blade for that weight as well. 14C28N. Again, these knives are all done really well. This knife has a beautiful action to it, just nice and hydraulic shut. Really nice on that one. Let's go ahead and jump into the close-ups here. Really nice grippy micarta. Flipper has okay jimping. It's not the best. It's not the worst. Really nice hide flipper there. Works really well. Again, micarta. You got a lanyard loop here on this one. Small little, it looks like a G10 backspacer. Typical folded steel pocket clip. Works well. No issues there. Inset, and then it does have flat screws. We do not have any lefty love though. Everything else standard, pretty much standard fare here for your budget knives. Perfectly centered. Perfect lockup. And then we have this really big kind of a modified drop point, almost a clip point blade here, just about. It could almost be a modified buoy, but a really cool blade. Same thing, you got the hand satin here with the machine satin flats. Same branding, Ameight there, nothing on the back side. Sharpening looks to be okay. Let's check this side first. Looks like we might have just a little bit of an off grind here on the heel. And tip seems to be okay though. Let's check that tip. Come on, focus camera. Yeah, tip grind seems to be pretty good. I don't really see any issues with that. We just have that little bit of an off grind here on the clip side on the back of the knife. Plunge grind is done very well. So you can see that plunge grind terminates pretty quickly. And then we have a little bit of edge thickness there just to keep with the finger choil. But very nice plunge grind. Absolutely fantastic job there. No issues whatsoever with that. And then again, no issues with this knife in general. You know, again, I wish they would do something with the thumb studs, do them a little bit differently. But here they work pretty well because you have access and you can get in to get those kind of those ridges in there and just give you a little bit more access. Flipper works well. Again, jimping could be better on the flipper, but it works fine, so no issues there. Really nice grippy micarta. Standard pocket clip, nothing to hate there. Yeah, really don't have any issues whatsoever. Lock bar access is phenomenal. Ergonomics are great. Feels good in the hand. No issues there. Feel the pocket clip just a little bit, but that's the only one really squeezing it down. Finger choil is big enough, but not too big. So yeah, so really no complaints whatsoever. Let's go ahead and jump into our hardware checks on the knives, and then we will get into some size comparisons as well. It's always fun when we have multiple knives here doing these size comparisons. Can be a bit tricky, but we'll just do one comparing knife at a time. Let's go ahead and check our T8s on this one. So far, everything is pretty stinking good. Screw depth is a little bit short. I mean, they are just a little bit shy on the screw depth. So as long as you've got a good screw, good driver, I don't think you'll have any issues. This knife is all T8 hardware. This one only has T6s on the pocket clip, so everything else works really well. The actual screw depth on the pocket clip screws was really nice though, so no real issues there. Just make sure, like I said, make sure you're using a good screwdriver, and I don't think you'll have any real issues on using these. So let's go ahead and try to get these lined up and get space in between them to be able to put another knife. Make sure these are all lined up really well. Let's go ahead and start going down the line. So we have the Militaw. So our Militaw is going to be just slightly larger than the Klysta, and then slightly smaller than the Gladiator. So there is your Militaw. Somebody's mad because I'm not in bed, and she's gonna have to go lay down. Go on, baby girl. Don't be jumping up here. Here we have with the Pyrite. Pyrite is smaller than both, as you can see there. Yeah, it's amazing, huh? Somebody's just, oh, no. Baby girl, get down, sweetheart. Get down, baby. Okay, I know. I'm almost done, Boba. I'm almost done. Get down. Go on. Go. Baby girl, go. 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 And we have the drop bear here. There is your drop bear. Drop bear is, again, smaller than both. Go ahead and drop it into the Malibu. Malibu and the Klysta are about the same size, and then just definitely smaller than the Gladiator. Drop bear, or excuse me, Bel Air. Bel Air is certainly smaller than both. Now we'll get into the big boys. We have the PM2. So PM2 and the Gladiator are pretty close to the same size, and then it's definitely larger than the Klysta. And then lastly, we have the MSI, which should be larger than both. All right, there we are. Well, guys, that is all I've got for you on these two. Let me know what y'all think about them in the comments down below. And let me know what you think about Ameight in general. Is that a company that you have dealt with or worked with? What do you think of the knives that you have? Or is there one particular that is in your your grail list or on your buy list, whatever you want to call it? Let me know all that down below. As always, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Please remember to be kind, be humble, and be EDC. Y'all take care.